Alright. Alvos and Starburst on today. What do they look like? Starburst is here. And Alvos is the really cool looking, Viara. Alright, so we have 2 there, 1 there. Which I should do those before we get out of this area. Which is this job, this quest. Oh, why is it on auto? With the Eorzea gone and your companion now reunited, returned, I think it best you go now before they can read through. Oh. With magic flowing once more through the Great Pyramid of Uxnir, the entrance to the Katana of Val should now be opened. Before we leave, Urianger, did you discover anything that might suggest the Light Warden hides elsewhere? Nay, though we had but a little time before the Eorzeans' most unwelcome arrival, we scoured the nearby environs and spoke once with one called Coril. Having hearkened to a tale, it is my judgment that the signature which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and it most likely resided in the vicinity of Raktika Falls. In the absence of any subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out new sanctuary. And given the considerable difficulty we face in reaching the falls, we may be certain that it hath not been disturbed by man. And our course is clear. We must navigate the Katana of Val and make for Raktika Falls. Though you see it as but another obstacle to navigate, the Katana of Val is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge which is rightly yours as allies of Ronka. You are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every ilm of it once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. To discourage trespassers and test the worth of our allies, it had to be so. Be careful in there. Yes, ma'am. Head east, and you will find the path of the azure flowers leading to the Reval. I wish you safe passage through its halls. Alright. Master Matoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please promise me you return safely. The Knights blessed need you. You need not worry, Runar. I shall return, and bring with me a long-awaited gift, one the Knights blessed will treasure, now and forevermore. Now let us away. Have to fix something really quick. So 1, 2, 3. I mean, these are all level 70. So I can just go through them as paladin. I guess when the time comes. Oh, wrong mount. So my paladin is currently level 66. So if I can just, you know, get to 70 on it in the next like day or so over the weekend, I can run those and do that when I need. Boing. Or I'll run it as Sage or something. I just don't want to get over leveled on my warrior. Oh, it's up above. I believe, at least. Southwest, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I love the music in this area so much. It's just so beautiful. You can feel the aether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that is required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard, little. We know not what awaits us inside. The Katana of All now accessible. Oh wait, did I say? Okay. I'm gonna do for the meantime. I guess I can fight them as warriors, right? But then, you know, cash it in as a different job. Say, aren't you little? Master Matoya speaks quite highly of you. I'm sure you're more important. You've more important things to concern yourself with, but I need help. There's no one else I can turn to. Oh, that person just flew in. It's my friend, Quinfoot. Ever since we were young, he's always excelled in arcane arts. In fact, even now, he's in training to become a priest of the Knights Blessed. Perhaps the greatest of all his gifts is clairvoyance, but I fear it's taken a toll on his mind as of late. He's always been different, but not like this. He's changed, frighteningly so. The others think him no stranger than usual, but they're wrong, and I mean to prove it. You don't know him like we do, which is precisely why I like you to talk with him. To get an objective opinion on the matter. Assuming we find out what ails him, I hope there's a way to cure it. He's just like, man, that man is hot. You know, I'm just in love. As foretold by the will of the wood, we meet at last. I've been expecting you, little. Shh, no one else must hear of this, not yet. My dreams are plagued with visions of the future. Calamity is upon us, and each night I witness our impending doom. But hope is not lost yet, for dreams speak to me of a savior in the form of a great serpent. It was revered as God in the days of Ronka Empire, and I believe it yet lives in the Great Wood, waiting to be roused from slumber. It has many names. Many would call it the Protector, some the Great Destroyer. The will of the wood demands I find the Great Serpent. It is our only hope of salvation. I have been chosen, little. to be the savior of Sotherbow. So, this is what you've been hiding. Now that you've gotten to know one another, what do you think? Dreams are an ill omen. You believe him? Oh, dear. I fear I've made a terrible mistake. Please don't tell me you two have communicated with the will of the star or some such nonsense. Valan, please. We are in the midst of the most important discussion. When you first began talks of these dreams and delusions, I held my peace. But I won't let you drag anyone else into this. Alright. You gotta click it. I don't want people to, you know, be waiting because of me. It's been a minute since I've tanked this dungeon, so let's see if I remember. It's like been a month, if anything. It's when I was working on my personal character to get to 90 on a warrior. I mean, we're completely diverse here, which is always really fun. Perfect work, everyone. This was a level 76 dungeon. So I guess I could use some upgrades here and there. Wanted to spin that out. Thank you, game. Alright, this is as far as I will go for this one right now. Oh, it's just this last little guy, huh? I thought there were more, honestly. I thought there was going to be a golem that I didn't see or something. I guess standing here would have been really good. What's that called again? Chaotic Cyclone. And now our first boss. Oh, I haven't looked at everyone's adventure plates. Down, 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 there, do, 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 ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da, 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 ba, da, ba, 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 da. Now he's spicy. All the felled cleaves. I think I just fired off, what, 3, 4, 5, 6? Because I think this gives me 3 stacks of inner release. Which gives Fell Cleave 1, 2, 3, 4. If only that wasn't the tank, or if only that was the tank piece. Though I will greed. Nailed it. Hey, look, it's the serpent. Gotta be the one he was talking about. Am I the only one who's going through here for the first time technically? Because you have level 90s. You've gone through here unless it's like you bought the skip. And then you're going through here for the first time, maybe? Maybe? Blood. Do, 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 do. Yep, they do. Look at all that healing. Oh, you guys can't obviously see it, but all the red going on. He's perfect. God. It hurts my brain to look at the battle log for too long. Everything is just dancer and healer stuff. Or ranged and healer, I should say. Alright, oh. Why don't I remember you? Oh, it's the story. Oh my god, we're about to get one of the best cutscenes, aren't we? Yeah, I think one of my favorite cutscenes of all time is about to pop up. One of my favorite story points, at least. Wait, did that hit me? I don't know, actually. There's one person, there's some place that we don't know yet. There's the other and Sky Mommy. Gotta give ourselves the boost. Sorry, Shaking Off does give me health regen as well. I get myself the damage boost from Surgeon Campus. Lost in the flood. So we're about 3 subs away from 90 now, which is really exciting. I'm hoping that could be a this month thing, if possible. We will find out as it progresses, right? The big 3. Alright, sorry Hydaelyn, you would no longer have to worry about that little section there. But I was able to get raw intuition off. And back up to full health. Like it's nothing. So we have about 7 weeks until Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, ironically, comes out. Well, I say ironically because 7 Rebirth, 7 weeks, you know, funny numbers, funny name. Like, funny timing, right? Now, I'm still not sure if I'm going to stream or record it. Now, I am primarily a streamer over, oh. I'm gonna pass on it, I guess. I would love to see the axe pop up from here. I would love myself a nice gold-esque, like, woodkeeper axe kind of vibe. Like wooden, golden, like oak, nectar kind of thing. All right. There we go. Lost in the flood, round the space, I was able to get 7 FFxiv off there. So that's the max I can do at once. Angle him away from everyone. Oh, I got a fairy on me. Well, Viper Poison. Spoiler alert. That's our next job. In the flood. I was really hoping I could block that hit. If I were Pally, I would be able to hit cover. Uh-oh, our healer. Alright, bud, I believe in you. This is why you play warrior. I'll give it to the healer. You know, they still did good. Pardon me. I'll take double calm. Let's go. "38 minutes in, light warden down, we Gucci." I remember right, our next location is the northwest side of Amarang.
The Light Warden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
That they have.
Aye, that they have.
Oh. Didn't realize Thancred was gonna say that as well.
Her condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told. Would you describe it to me, Eorzea? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Ah, it's okay.
Well fought. Let us return home.
Yes, ma'am.
The murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments. But whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Yes.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
No.
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour?
I have 3 light wardens inside me.
Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Maybe.
Every
you know.
hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more.
He's a cock.
Well, I would quit this place and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
I was there when they were done.
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Ear feel
And share
thing.
with us the stories you know so well. We are
Feel.
listening.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
I love that story.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But
Yeah.
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... Oh. They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac. We natives of that sundered paradise.
And that's where I start feeling a little bad.
Now,
for some
do you see why we yearn
Ascians.
for the great rejoining? For our world. For our people. For all creation to be made whole again.
See, when Emmett says it, it's
Wouldn't you
like,
wish
how
for the
so
same?
sweet. When La Habrea says it, it's like, hello HR. That was an enlightening experience, though not in the way that I had hoped. Do you suppose there is any truth in Emmett Selk's claims? Potentially. Though recent events plainly warrant further discussion, I think it's best we wait until Alfino and the others are present. Emmett Selk included. How convenient that he would choose his moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to the Fanau and make certain of the Umorians' withdrawal. After that, Sotherborough. The Blessed Ones are no doubt elated by what has come of the sky. Alright. Let's get some of these done really quick. As I live and breathe, an ally of Ronka, it just so happens I have a vital task I would entrust none other. Our Vis on patrol require new raiments, and I would have you deliver them at Bow Rest. They should be expecting you. I pray there will be no repeat of your incident with the Chiefess Almet. Alright, so 3 quests. Those are our last 3, and then up here somewhere is our last one. And then that would be the left side completed? Yeah, left side would be all complete, and then we work on the right side. An outsider? Come from the village. How did you... Ah, Hymet spoke of you. Now Levronka, yes. Welcome to Bow Rest. This outpost serves as dual purposes. Here we keep watch for anyone who would intrude on our home, and also for beasts that would feed it. We must stay ever alert, so that our arrow strikes true. I want to marry all of you. Oh, what a sight! It is not often we see so vaunted a hero as yourself in this remote area. What do you need from me? I love this one right here. She's a sweetheart. New attire. Wonderful indeed. The fabric and design are everything Hymet made them out to be. They will aid us greatly. The leather is made from the skin of rails and is unsurpassed in quality. They are bestowed upon all who come of age and complete the rites. The particulars of said rites, well, best save that for another time, lest I give you nightmares. I do not expect an ally of Ronka to come to Bowrest. What brings you here? Of course. Hymet said someone would be delivering these to us. They're made specifically for archers, and will not impede our movement, and as stiffer material does. Every so often, invaders will come clad in steel from head to toe. However, their overconfidence makes them blind. And every defense has an opening. That is where we take aim. First one done. Second one soon, and then third one once we get to... Hell yeah. Unless you've kept one for yourself, I see deliveries are complete. Thank you. Although I told them you were coming, I imagine it was an entirely different thing to actually speak with you. It shall not be long until you are accepted as one of our own. May we work together again, ally of Ronka. Boing. A boing. A boingus. A spoingus. A boingy doingy. Little frog, the esteemed guest of whom I heard much. My name is Laniel, Master of Rites. It is an honor to meet you. I got something in my throat, apparently. I understand soon you will be leaving for the Katana Raval, is that right? Then the Emperor's wishes will soon be fulfilled. As comforting though, for each passing year, more and more of our hunters are lost to the Eaters. We were never a particularly fecund people, and it is nigh impossible to sustain our numbers. But we will not be driven from our homes, our way of living. As long as the trees of the great wood stand, too shall the vis. And renew our union with the forest, we will be holding a ceremony wherein we offer prayers to the gods. Would you honor us by serving as witness to the petition of the gods? Oh, sure. Very good. I should mention the ceremony is not a formal affair. In fact, it is quite lively. But for a hardened warrior such as you, it should prove no trouble at all. When you are ready, travel north to the Morning Star and speak with the student's Fina. She will explain the rites. I realize I just accepted the quest as is. And it really is whatever, I guess. They're not the most amount of, like... experience. What, 56k? I'm on a mill right now, so it just gave me basically that much. All three of these will net me 150, something thousand experience. So that's fine, because this is where our main experience will be coming from. 223k. What business brings you to the Morning Star? And you accepted. It is an honor. Thank you for coming. Goodness. Well, my manners. My name is Fina. A pleasure to meet you. And this is my sister. Siuna. How do you do? Are you certain this is wise? I realize she's an ally of our people, but the ceremony is not meant for outsiders. We cannot go against Master Laniel's wishes. Besides, we may never again have such an opportunity. If you insist. Now, let me tell you about the ceremony. I'm stuck. I'm not sitting in a comfy way. Master Lanier has likely already explained, we will renew our bonds with the Great Wood through prayer. To ensure our prayers reach to the gods. However, we must first beseech the spirits of the forest for aid. Once summoned, we must prove ourselves worthy through combat. Only then will our prayers be delivered unto the heavens. As witness to rights, it is up to you to do battle with the spirits. If you are still willing, of course. Yeah. Wonderful. This will be a ceremony to be remembered. Shall we begin then? Close your eyes and we will attempt to draw forth a spirit with our prayer. O God of the Great Wood, bringers of bounty and wisdom, we call to you now to renew our vows. For the strength to protect these lands, to be the shield that guard against the accursed light, we seek combat with your children. Spirits of the wood, to prove to you our worth. By the gods! The spirit of an opposing force's fire and ice, a terrible omen. Our prayers are enough to suppress the strength, but we cannot cast them out alone. Please, you must strike them down before they wander off into the woods. Not this guy still being here. Alright, let's see how well this goes. Alright. Kiss of fire, kiss of ice. Boogie boogie. Alright, nice and easy. Thank you for your help, but in the light of what we've witnessed, I think it best we to call off the ceremony for now. Spirits of opposing elements is the most dire of omens. The discord between them would prevent our prayer from reaching to the gods. And this would have not happened were she not here. We may try again on the morrow, but she cannot be allowed to attend. Sister, please, she is our guest, handpicked by Master Lanier. My apologies. It seems your attendance was not meant to be. Would you go and inform Master Lanier of what happened? We must remain here and clear the altar. Sure thing. I'm not meant to be in your group. Alright, I want to get that last one of the actual ether currents before we continue story, and then go from there. Back so soon. What of the ceremony? Fire and ice, thank the gods they were not hurt. But it is never too late to begin the ceremony anew. But I fear the source of our troubles has not to do with the spirits. Ooh. Another blue quest. But not the blue quest which we desire. There it is. It wasn't up, I was just blind and stupid. Just a dumb blind frog. I guess that's fine though. Boing, 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 boing. Alright. We have but one more to do, which we have already begun. You are returned and unharmed, I see. Indeed. I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single senator would make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so too did our hopes that the ruins we have devoted to our lives to guarding would never find purpose. Yet here you are, the allies of whom we've waited many centuries, and with your arrival came the change to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. I know words sometimes. On behalf of the Vis, our forebearers, and the late Emperor of Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Katana of All proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. We but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. But that he was still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does that not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. As long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No. We escorted him back to Sotherburst shortly after you set out. If you would return to the Knight's Blast, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to a day where we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We will await your return then. $13 perfect. Don't gotta worry about missing the stuff. Hoist?
Ah, you are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Yomoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered.
You're welcome.
That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong. But we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory.
He's like, we're
You
gonna have
deserve
kids?
that much.
Oh yeah. My children are gonna be your children, Master Matoya.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
Oh, Runa.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we would hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
No, hi, are the voice, baby boy. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let me quickly finish this quest. Alright, I'm just gonna skip to where I was. I fear his mind is beyond saving, is what I will say this time. I refuse to believe that. There has to be something we can do to help him. Have you not sought counsel with priests? They are your mentors after all. There's no need to keep your troubles from them. Valan, please. We are in the midst of the most important discussion. When you first began talks of these dreams and delusions, I held my peace, but I won't let you drag anyone else into this. Such narrow-minded thinking is why only I have been chosen by the wood, by a great serpent. Yes, Quinfort, whatever you say. You've mocked me for the last time, Valan. I will summon the great serpent this very day and prove to you the truth of my visions. Quinford, wait! Where are you going? To meet with misfortune would likely bring him to his senses, but he's my friend and I can't stand the thought of him getting hurt out there. Will you help me look for him? If anything should happen to him, I'd never forgive myself. Sure. Dun, 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 dun. Boing, boing, boing. So, I got a new little bit of lore written down for my character. And we've officially now seen what Hrothgals look like in game, and I'm still really tempted. Night music. Piss off. We have the night music here playing now, but I still now have like some stuff written down about my character, of what I think will be part of the lore. So I'm excited about that. Over there, I think I see him. This music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 bum ba. Ba da ba da ba ba da. Bum ba da da bum 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 ba da. Enough, Quinfoot. Even you should recognize the danger of wandering off alone in these woods. You really have gone mad, haven't you? Mock me all you like, Valan, but now you will bear witness to the truth with your own eyes. Behold, the divine protector of Ronka, the great serpent of legend. No, it can't be. That's the great serpent? I see nothing great about that. What exactly is it? I refuse to believe that is a serpent. Please tell me you're joking. Don't be jealous, Valan. The will of the wood works in mysterious ways, and this serpent is the key to our deliverance. And then this gives me slither along the Raktika Great Woods. We got 2 blue quests to do here one day. Doodle-a-doo. Obviously, those are like things I'll be working on post Endwalker. A part of me actually wants to go through and do all the side quests as well. Because one day I'll want to start doing like proper achievement hunting and everything, and I think that will be a good thing to have done in advance. Money. Though it pains me to leave. It's time I return with you and the others to the Crystarium. But before we go, might I speak with you in private? I will await you in my chambers. He's like, it should have been me. It should have been me. Is there a free? Okay. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory at the Raktika Falls, I feel they proved true, so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at Fort Garn, the ether had appeared tainted, sufficed with an overabundance of light, not unlike the Sin Eaters. When you defeated the Light Warden, I fear the light which poured forth was not negated by Hydaelyn's blessing, rather, it was absorbed into your being. Oriange also suspected as much. Though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. You should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I have sorted my things here, I will join you. Thank you, Y'shtola. Of all the days to get... Oh, ignore that. I tried hitting, examine. One thing I don't like is sometimes the, point you click on doesn't put examine right on it. So, kinda lame game. Sick. So, one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Sitherbow remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who are poisoned will make a full recovery. And with the night sky returned, the prayers have at last been answered. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? I'll not deny there's a part of me that wishes I could stay. The 2 years I have lived with the blessed, learned their culture, even going as far to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. But I but pray I did honor to it. Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Oh, they're working on post-MSQ stuff. Guessing. Well, actually, they could be working on this for all I know. All things considered, it's hardly surprising that Alfino and Alize have yet to arrive, but where's the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Alfino, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the Warden hiding in Rak'tika. Read down. Found and slain, you say? I should have known. Eorzea has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Norvrand to defend them, but I'm glad to see their efforts were wasted on the Great Wood. Speaking of Eorzea, what came of your meeting with Vothri? Yes, about that, it would prove to be... Oh. Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. No doubt you are all tired as well. Having traveled so far, why don't we all take as a much-needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the Warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. It's settled then. We reconvene after everyone has time to settle in. Manic Pixie Dream Realm is the ability to get the pixies as a beast tribe. I remember that from last time I was on. The top offending isn't as... Oops. Not as I hoped, sadly. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I actually need to fix that at a point. That stand tall part makes me really emotional. Welcome back, miss. Return from a lengthy excursion, I take it. Well, your room has been made ready, if you'd care to retire. Very good, I pray you sound sleep and pleasant dreams, my knee.
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me.
Thank you, my boy. I must stay the course for others. What if it changes? What if it overwhelms me? That's not her way of thinking, though. And I suppose there was naught to do but rest.
Ah, yes. If they're not asking you to fight, they're telling you to rest. Which isn't to say they're wrong. You'll need your strength for what's to come.
The next two sentences. Last two sentences.
Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascian stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
Meanwhile, in Garlemald.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear?
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there is work to be done.
I wonder who that katana-wielding man is.
These bloodless games make for poor sport.
A test of your
Mayhap
strength.
father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend. I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
He's RP walking away. I was gonna do /party chat, but there's no need. And it rains. Ah, I suspect that you might be awake. I could scarce imagine you sleeping through such a commotion. An entire host of Sin-Eaters appears to be advancing upon the Crystarium. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, that we are safe as long we remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. Yes, I thought you might feel that way. And I cannot say that your assistance would be anything less than welcome. I must remain here to disseminate information to the other residents, but you are under no such obligations, and thus free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The Exedra tends to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with people seeking solace and companionship. You would have my personal gratitude if you'd offer succor to those there. Yes, sir. Boing. Boing. The Quandarivam. Oh, that's him. Your townsfolk are about, and none spy, and you spy none who appear to be in distress. Little. I've only just returned from Amarang, yet I find the Crystarian moments for being beset by sin eaters. Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible. We restored the darkness. Well, this is a fortunate coincidence. Brother, tell me you have an idea why this is happening. I may, but for the moment, we'll need to postpone such discussions in favor for action. The Exarch is preparing to deploy a barrier around the Crystarium as we speak. Ensuring that he is able to do so should be our first concern. There are numbers of instruments placed about the Crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. I'm on my way to activate them now. In any case, 3 pairs of hands should be better than 1. Very well. I'll take the ones to the south. I shall deal with the ones to the northern... I shall deal with the northern apparatus then. Will you handle the western two? They're ensconced on platforms extended on the upper level of the Aetheryte Plaza. Good thing, blood. Good thing, buddy. Little buddy boy. Boing, 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 boing. "11 seconds before I can run again." Oh, I guess before I can sprint again. Despite having little idea as how it functions, it appears that you have activated the device successfully. Sprint. Boing. Boing. A boingus. A spoingus. A boingy. A doingy. Alright. I actually don't think I looked at specifically if that guy is a summoner or a scholar. Because I believe scholars can have carbuncles now, right? I'm gonna assume summoner.
Sin-Eater sighted! They're coming!
Sprint is activated again. Dun, 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 dun.
Excellent. The barrier is holding.
Since the barrier is holding.
That's good news for the Crystarium, but what of the rest of Lakeland?
Lena and the city guard have taken to the field. Thancred and the others have already joined them. Let us do the same.
Alright. I'm gonna take this time to go BRB for a second. And then we're going to do our reset when I'm back. So, one moment, please. Alright. Exit the game. And then we will restart. And we will be good. Into the game we go again. All right. We ought to join the vanguard as soon as possible. If the numbers of Sin Eaters we just saw is any indication, we'll be facing a formidable host. Hell yeah. I just had to write down when my reset was. Lovely weather we have, or whatever she said there. What lovely weather we have for this battlefield today. It's all wet and grimy. Favorite. It seems the battle has already begun in earnest. Make haste. What lovely timing we have, I believe is what she said. Same forces are engaging in Sin Eaters at various locations across Lakeland. Assist them in defeating the Eaters before they are decimated. Wages of blood. I hear shouting. Come on.
Let's give it our all.
Got a lot in here to fix up still. They need our help. Okay, so Mithril does give me my 20 now. Thank God. Thank God. Visitors, they're moving towards Radiska's round. Should follow, but we cannot neglect those in need of aid. Ba, 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 ba.
Leave the healing to me.
Ba, ba, da, da, da. The waves of blood. Dun, dun. Get the wounded to safety. The guy's like, I am the wounded. TF, you mean? If it's this bad here, I should have think of what it's like elsewhere. A timely arrival, little. I have my hands full here. Mine own magics shall suffice to aid Y'shtola. I bid thee offer succor to the god. Send a loving care to your sea. Let us fight this big Sinita now. Oh, a bunch of cowardice, good.
I shall protect you.
You will rue the day
Master
you
McCoy has a few
crossed
tricks
my
up her
path.
sleeve. Allow me to demonstrate.
It was nothing.
Most impressive trick indeed. As if your own when as if none were your own. Let's make for the imperative, shall we? Yes, we shall. Hello, Moonstone Carbunky. Someone half made short work of these eaters. I wonder who. Oh, look, it's the ones whom. You will be glad to know that the locals have taken shelter. Nevertheless, cannot allow the eaters to gain any ground with me. Oh, thank you, Rianje. That can't be good. Nope. Why are they all faster than me? God's damn it, we're too late. I'll follow the eater. You press on to the imperative. Yes, sir. I'm staying with you. We've lost too many already. We must hurry. They're too organized. They cannot merely be acting on instinct. Oh, they are not. It is as we feared. But our task is as it ever was. Turn the tide. Lives of the wounded are in our hands. Alright, thank you, game.
On your feet!
Brilliant conviction. Conviction, not conviction. I like convene, frog. Easy. All of them. Have care. That is no ordinary eater. Oh, I know, buddy boy, don't worry. Okay, so it cannot be stunned. They're protecting it somehow. We need to deal with them first. Somehow, you mean just kill them first? The smell of ether. Gather round me.
Theory and practice!
But now it's time to put my research to test. I like that even Shake It Off went onto the carbunky. Because it does have a health bar. Actually, no, it doesn't have a health bar in this fight. It just wanted to also go on the carbuncle. So buy me some time, Alfino. I'll need ether.
If naught else will suffice, my strength is yours.
May the 12 guide you.
Bow, please.
The stars shall grant thee succor.
Bow, please.
Let's give them a show. With heart and steel.
Fight for those who cannot. And that's a good line. I mean, that is exactly what the Scions do, but still, very good line. Duty complete. Let's see, if I were to have not restarted, would I have made it before the 2-hour mark? Atta girl, Minphilia.
There are so many.
Ah, God damn it!
Leader! Yeah! Lena, hold on.
They turned on me.
What a good dad. Oh. What a good dad.
This one is mine!
No one tries to hurt my daughter. He has to just watch. Can't help.
We need only hold out a little while longer. Reinforcements are coming, remember? The captain said so. We're going to be all right.
Run! Run, damn you!
The Warrior of Darkness has returned. The Bloody Knight has returned. So stay with me, eh? You can't go dying now.
God damn it!
Please let this work. Please let this work. No. No, no.
What?
Stay back. Stay back.
Help! Help! No one! Why did you spare me? Why? What have I done to deserve this mercy? Forward! Forward! If you can still hold a sword, follow me! Wounded to the rear! Weapons at the ready! Let's make this count!
Fight and struggle. Seek salvation by your own hands. Though the losses be grave, endure them. Though the victories be hollow, claim them.
I wish I had that stance where I could just hold my axe with one hand. That would be really nice. Be really cool. Oh, okay, we would have just gone a minute over. So the crackling might not have begun yet. If that was the case. It seems we've driven them back, for the time being at least. The wounded have been collected. They are undergoing treatment now. Once they're ready to be moved, we'll have to take them. We'll have them carried back to the Crystarium. The bodies as well, of course. Those whose bodies remain, anyway. I was like, why do I feel like I've only done 5 quests? Why is it so... Why am I 2 hours into the stream? I did 3 side quests and a dungeon to start off the stream. So, yeah. Basically, what, 9 by that? 5 plus 3 is 8. So, basically 9 missions so far. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you're fit to fall over after what we've been through. God knows I am, but if you can see to a few patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lena is about somewhere, so you might also consider asking her if there are any outstanding areas we need to... outstanding areas of need. We will talk later. With tear-filled eyes, the prone man gazes up at you. His fingers twitch, as if to reach for you, then he lacks strength to raise his hand. Skin. Don't touch me. I killed her. I killed her. She was one of them. I know, but die. Fine, where is this one? Not inside here. Are they in this building and I'm just blind? Alright, they are right under my nose, right where I expect them. Right. There it is. Thank you, but it's too late. One of them got me. If I turn, please, kill me. I beg of you. I want a voice act. That'd be such a fun thing to do, I feel like.
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
Your hand in marriage, perhaps. How are you feeling? No, I'm fine. How are you, though?
Injuries are part and parcel of battle. While there's breath in my lungs, I shall see my duties done. Don't pretend you're not of the same mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from over. We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses before they attack again. Now, if you will excuse me.
Lena. Babe, come on.
I am fine.
At most, I'm hoping to get to rest and ruin.
Fine. Better than fine.
Or at
Hale
least.
and hearty and still alive to mourn those who are not. Who I failed to protect when they needed me most.
Oh.
We've come so far, so goddamn far. I could have sworn the end was in sight, and now... Now they will never see it.
Impudent worms of the Crystarium! The tragedy that has befallen you is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance. The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior, me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering. A paradise where man and sin-eater Eorzea might live in peace and harmony. Why, already, our winged brothers and sisters regard me and mine as kin, alike to them in beauty and purity. But you not only reject my prophet hand, but raise your own against my senators. It is only right that they respond in kind. Let this be a lesson to all those who would walk the path of sin. The wicked shall not inherit this world!
You are the wicked, though, you jackass. Arthur's ship is already gone. Flattering that he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst. Rest assured that I have no intention of allowing any of my wounds to affect the performance of my duties, especially not now. If I may, could I ask that you seek out Thancred and Minfilia for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I would feel better knowing that they were well looked after. Thancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that Sin Eater. I would not be surprised if he were in Spyrix still. Please give them my thanks. Okay, in the Crystarium. Spyrix. That's it. I guess, like, just staying where I was might have been faster, but... You're here for me. I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunate solid blow, but the healers have done wonders. I'm all worried about Minfilia. She's not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out have had the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Hortorium ostensibly to fetch herbs for Chazamil. But just talk to her, will you? Sure thing, my boy. Cabinet of Curiosities, Cabinet of Curiosities, I believe is the closest teleport to the Cabinet of Curiosities. White mage? Yeah. Let's give her a poke. Poke, poke. Oh, little, what are you doing here? Thancred. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but I was careless, and now it's my fault. Make up for it by being there for him. Are you sure? I've brought him nothing but trouble thus far. And what if it's worse next time? All I do is make mistakes and put others in danger. I'm sure that he'll resent me for being weak. Maybe he already does. But you're right. I can still help. If only by seeing these herbs safely to Casimir. There are only 2 left on this list, but I need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low and can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I would hate to delay any longer than I already have. Looking for something with soft leaves that's very fragrant in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. Only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Casimir. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you, I appreciate your help. Very fragrant in a medicinal way. Is this the only thing that allows? Strongly medicinal. I think that's the wrong one. I think this is it actually. It is unlikely. Oh, is it this one? Unlikely the herb. Okay. Ah, there it is. Yeah, you can see the difference in it. Strong medicinal smell. Till then their wages of blood. The vision of tomorrow. Ah, Benfilia told me that you would be bringing the rest. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our store of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. We are still fighting it, I suppose. Though, with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we will win, I promise you that. Thank you. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you just have come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With Spagriix in good working order, the Custarian's people will be well cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight, but not that we intend to let you do alone. But that's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. You know, the Exarch. We do. Is there something you need? I need you to tell him something for me. My dearest friend, you see, he was on the battlefield with me, but only one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Vothri said is true. If our losses are just as it. Are we doomed? And we doomed ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness. In the Crystal Exarch. I don't think what they've done is wrong. And I don't think we're wrong for fighting with them either. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up. Don't give in. Please. We'll tell him that. You have my word. Hat. If you're ready, why not go head to the Ocular? You can keep the Exarch company while I fetch Alfino. Don't worry. I mean to borrow the swiftest armor I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on a message, eh? That message, eh? Cutting a few seconds down here and there where we can. It's a Sage. A Sasage, yo, bruh. Sus healer. Ooh. And they have the, one of the coolest astrolabes. Draw me to the Ocular, good sir. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you. Though I confess, I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. That they would have not... Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but... The responsibility for that lies with me. One of your soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what has to be done. Not least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief. Even should regret be my constant companion, I follow the path that I have chosen to its end. As will I. Of that I have no doubt. And if ever we should appear to falter, it will only be because we have fatigued after a battle well fought. I thank you for your words, for your kind words. Now, we have plans to make, do we not? Hoist.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying...
Oh, you prick, I love you.
It was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, But Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthry.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin Eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Risky game you want to play, kid?
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see.
Pardon me?
I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other.
Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
Hopefully I got something caught in my throat. Holy crap. I'm sorry for being so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. Holy shit. AMHARAENG. Whew. I am not struggling at all. Huh. Holy crap. No mechanics, I can't see through my tears. That's such a freaking mood. Alright, this is the best way out. Do 3 more quests until I get to where I want to stop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. I don't know. Sorry, I'm here now. Sorry for the wait. Or at least where I want a minimum stop. If I can go to, like, 2 after it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 5 more quests. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 quests tomorrow. Then that would give us 22 quests to do next week. That are MSQ related, not including the store or the job quest, the role quest that we have to do. Are you sure you want to do this? Completely sure. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger. Stronger for everyone. Enough to face my destiny. And I want to believe that I can play a part in serving this world. Saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how can we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? You follow your lead. What route will you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw a Eomorian airship coming to land over Armorang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Varthri's forces to Raktika. Meaning that we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right now, Nabatharang lies in the southern reaches of Armorang, and there are 2 routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Modsuk. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Menphilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of Nabath's Severance. But we can't use it. If we did, we would cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Eomorians caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with that inn and its patients, and we can be sure that their activities would not be met with Varthri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safe if we took the western route. Which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I would draw the Eomorians' attention elsewhere, to an area to the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance at reaching Nabatharang unopposed, and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it is a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Varthri's forces to you. The rest of us will take to the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few armor for our own journey and leave the rest to you, Menphilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. My voice is gonna be so off for the rest of the stream because of that, like, coughing fit. There you are. The gate leading to Amarang is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new land at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? Yes, sir. And wages of blood. The Forest of the Lost Shepherd. Off so soon, Mistress Frog. We've barely had time to recover from battle. But if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what else lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. I take you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes. But you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Wee. Ah, Chimkin. Hello, Zuzun.
Ah, visitors. Oh, I remember you. You spent Volberg gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among mod traders.
Are you a traveling merchant then? Can you tell us anything of this village?
Of course. Anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Gengen borrowed the village. Made it a trading post. Very convenient location.
In which case, would you be at, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabatharang ourselves. If we continue from here, if we can do south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Pulling my reading abilities will also struggle.
Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabatharang. Only steep cliff and collapsed tunnels remain.
Oh no. surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other mode might have some sort of hidden route?
Perhaps. You ask, they tell. Tell for free, even, to friends of our best customer.
Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer. Let's see what information your reputation buys us. Yes, sir.
Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for Nabatharang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between the settlements and mines of the Amber Hills. Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate. However, I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being much of use.
To know information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. Rill. Shul, zun, zun. Gil.
You wish to go to Nabatharang? There was a way once. A gondola down from the cliffs. But it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left, and no use to us. You may search for it, if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight.
Hastily write down a memo regarding the gondola on a spare scrap of parchment. Gone.
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. For Nabatharang, airship is best. Nothing is faster than airship. The Amorians have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you.
Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make note of Gongon's words. I actually haven't even looked at what's in my book yet. All things I can do. Little. I'm afraid I've learned little of use, about how to reach Nabatharang. The Eomorian presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though, the army is definitely in Amarang, there have been no sightings of Eomorians at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign of Alize's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward?
Do.
So, there are options. Well, what do you think? Gate aside, the trolley seems most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options. I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like you to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Oh, okay. Never mind. Teehee.
Oh, valued customer, where the other mode of help?
To a degree, I guess. Of a fashion. They told us of a trolley that runs to Nabatharang, at least. But I am correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself. when we first asked. I need to blow my nose, so I'm gonna mute it for a second.
Yes, the gate, you see, it is impassable. Before there was a hunk of a stone, a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if they yet exist. I do not know, but you should travel to east to Mount Biren Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time, if anyone knows what happened to the Talos. It would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help.
We're off to Mount Byron then. Let us hope someone will be there to answer our questions. I got 960. I believe that'll be enough to get me the rest of my unidentifiable ores. Along with my other stuff. Oh, you know what? I haven't checked yet. Oh, I am so silly. Wonderful. And I now have 5k, which is good. That lets me get something, maybe, potentially, possibly, sorta. The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give it that. Now we need only follow it until it comes to the mines. Yep. This reminds me of a location that I do not want to say. I mean, it is another awkward location with rails and such, but still. I'm not saying the place. And because I don't know fully if I'm remembering it in the right spot or not. Ovin Billy. And now we have everything that we can unlock here. Unlocked. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanism for distracting the trolley are here. And it's just as Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful of their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines caught Uriange's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. I need to go into my emote list, do this, do pet, and then do that.
I have located myself a Puris Shadow Star.
The cup is warm, is slightly warm, and a fair amount of tea steeped over long. The color's any indication remains within. Go away. Go away. Go away, Desert Coyote. I don't want to deal with you. Go away. Go. Be gone, fool. Flecks of rust adorn the rails, but nevertheless they appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. Buying... Is the fatter cat, minion? The benches within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it is clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. There we go. Ah, little, what hast thou discerned? I see, indeed. Thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for the switching tracks looks like they were in good condition. Though I couldn't move them myself, no ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Telos bereft more than a passing resemblance of the golems of the source, nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of the Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanism here, suggest a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, the specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Telos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the trolley path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Little, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouse on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece.
One piece.
Come aboard and bring along. Now we are off. Now we go. Off we go then.
Hopes and dreams.
Chris's garden. But her instance has taken her elsewhere. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that I am sure. What are you? I'm a warrior, boy. Bop. I'm a warrior, buddy. Buddy boy, boy, pal. Boing. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us. We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? What? Some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. Likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're not clearly merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all this way is to ship the machinery, the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaf. I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto the world's end. On the journey, they met a sorcerer and as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow? I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of sorts, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romance. Though, I would not fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. God grant me strength, this idiot. If I may, we're in search for means to pass by which to travel through to Nabatharang. We were hoping that the trolley here might be a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best start, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again. Oh, there we go. My shirt was like pulling in the wrong way. Felt bad. I was choking myself. The trolley. The trolley? You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jirik and Thaf at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folk to get up and running again. But as you ask, yes, it is true, there is little in need of transport in these days. But that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. A mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore, mark my words. You hear no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him. If you like, we'll introduce you. Sounds good to me. Very well. Operations are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. It looks like you'll be following us back to the Twine then. I want to see what these two look like together. I mean, it could be worse. If you are ready, we can leave right now. Though, you hadn't seen another fellow around here, have you? Thought he might have come out by now. You think he'll be alright? That's well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look just in case. You go on ahead, Thaf. Alright, looks like it'll just be you lot and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you. On the way off the railroad. On the way to the rail yard. I know how to read. I know how to speak. Alright. Our goal is get to Twine. And I am then done for the day. Damn, that's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? Be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I've pointed your overeager companions on the right direction, and they've gone ahead. So we need to get moving. Normally, we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has much shorter strides, that's a more perilous route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blow, I'm not worried about that account. Southwest, you say? Wait a moment, I think I hear something. Oh, that's something all right. Run. Got eyes for demons are inside me. Eyes red as the abyss, for demons know want of my sorrow. For friends know all of my tragedy. For enemies know nothing of loss. I can die this, huh? Oh, I guess it doesn't look all too much better or different. My current outfit is honestly a lot better. Sorry about that, I'll admit, I did not expect this route to be so quite fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine, though, so we should make without further incident. I actually get a weapon upgrade tomorrow. I get pants, I get a weapon, and some other stuff, I assume. It's on the railroad again. Yep, right back there. This is it, welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house the laborers tasked with building up the tracks. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you doubtlessly notice, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, but back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there's no trolley, not much work to be had in the mines. For that matter, the only residents that remain are the astute, the delusional, and those who have nowhere else to go. Or so they say. That should give you some indication as what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see much choice. Let's go meet the man. Alright. I'm going to save this for tomorrow. I'm going to try and start a little bit earlier so I can actually do all the quests that I need. But I'm gonna go have some food, get some rest, and do the usual stuff. So, thank you for anyone who might have lurked or watched this as a VOD. Highly appreciated. If you are doing either of those things, please like and sub. We're making our way to 90 subscribers. So yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day. Be safe, eat food, keep hydrated, and bye-bye.